Your ego is astounding.
Figures. And the wicked shall inherit the earth.
You judging me now, John?
Betrayal, murder, genocide. Call me provincial.
I am simply seeking to inspire mankind to all that was nothing.
By handing earth over to the son of the devil. Help me here.
If sweet, sweet God loves you so, then I will keep worthy of his love. I've been watching you for a long time. It's only in the face of horror that you truly find your noblest self. So, I'll bring you pain. I'll bring you horror. So that you may rise in life. So that those of you who survive this reign of hell on earth will be worthy of God's love.
Gabriel, you're insane.
The road to salvation begins tonight. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
Somebody to fuck up your mental. Surprising you from the lie. Don't really know what you be into. Cause you always give me lies. I'm not trying to offend you, but I just wanna be alive. Yeah, I'm like, please gotta make me alone. Yeah, it's still going so weak. Everyone trying to get out of it. In these esoteric streets, everyone better get out of the park. You're young, you be out of it. Out of body experience, lead a vessel vacant. Anywhere I'm going, then I made it. Right into a spotlight, died to my spirit and just left it naked. It's even getting cold in the summertime. Listen, you gon' need an extra blanket. And an esoteric glorious energy, just to guard your ass. Cause your weak ass energy, I don't want no parts of that. You're playing that shit really hard, you ain't where the dog to be at. And all you do is follow trends, you are just a copycat. Don't know how to live around it yet. You ain't never been at this location. You might think it's a bit low maintenance. You need to change what the clip notes saying. Trust me, man, that bitch no saying. I don't really want to miss no changes. Cause trust me, like it's just amazing. Somebody that's like your mental. Surprised that you still alive. Don't really know what you be into. Cause you always give me life. But I'm not trying to offend you. But I just can't be alive. Yeah, I was like, please don't leave me alone. Yeah, I need to make you feel the head down. Birdie, left a letter. The birdie left a letter, yeah. Birdie left a letter. The birdie left a letter, yeah. I had to get on my grind. How you expect for me to know if you never give me a sign? You got me thinking that you got a lot of people willing to sit in the line. If that ain't my line of business, I'm in the sky and lifted. Meditation is a very comfort. I'm with a higher business. Why you keep lying, bitches? Why you don't mind your business? They got their mind in trenches. Been here for 1,000 years. I know you waiting on that day. You can get the key and get the fuck out of here. Somebody to fuck up your mental. Somebody to come alive. Don't really know what you be into. But you always give me life. I'm not trying to think you. But I just gotta be alive. Yeah, I'm like, please don't leave me alone. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. All right, let's get it. Check it out. We already know what this is about. So we know it ain't no one on here on my train of thought. So don't waste your time tapping. Challenge. Well, I'm saying challenge. So stars is water. Water didn't land on Earth. Earth got shaped and molded after water, with water, and water. The sun is not moving based upon your geographical location to make it possible for you to have a time zone. You're rotating to the left. Yeah, I'm in my Shireen. I'm in my morning Shireen. You just ain't got to worry about me having my elbow over a motherfucking beer. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't drink it and don't give a fuck about it either. I ain't even at the house party. You see what I'm saying? Peep game. Light don't travel. Light get emitted. It don't travel. So for the most part, if you're gonna be a motherfucker hater, be an intelligent one. Challenge. Don't sit and just type. Challenge. We know all y'all don't fuck with me. Fuck with us. And I got people for a lot of y'all that want to challenge, but you might not be as smart as me. But let's say you come straight to me because I got the YouTube. No, I got somebody for you. I'm about to show y'all how y'all ain't shit compared to no native knowledge. No Native Americans. Not a little younger, a little older than me. I'm about to start. We about to challenge y'all. Y'all not even smarter than my daughter. Y'all ain't even smarter than my daughter. So all y'all about to see is, I'm waiting. I don't even think it's gonna be that though. I think y'all want to spend more time on some other type of hate that y'all showing us, real people. So y'all go ahead and burn yourselves out on that, but you will get challenged. And whoever you think you're persuading the opinion, you're gonna see more and more of these people challenge y'all too. So y'all can see how counterproductive y'all is. And we're gonna show y'all you ain't smarter than no Native Americans, and even no freedmans I'm gonna be around or whatever the case may be. And for all y'all retarded other type of circumstances, y'all new people that's detached from y'all African or whatever, and y'all trying to be, y'all ain't smarter than none of these, y'all ain't smarter than nobody around me. None of my family, nobody around, y'all ain't even smarter than my daughter. And I want to see that in the comments. Keep doing y'all hating, because everything y'all do is what Yehovah want to see. All y'all disappearing police bitches, don't disappear now. Finish the energy. You see what I'm saying? All you police dudes, don't switch other apps. Finish the energy and put you so intelligent, right? Y'all so intelligent. Challenge my shit though. We know y'all don't fuck with my shit, but challenge it then. Don't just be on here this for no reason. Challenge it. If you ain't gonna challenge it, nobody gonna give a fuck about what y'all presenting and trying to filter through Neil deGrasse or whatever. Y'all, we not y'all audience. The people is not y'all audience. So you gonna have to show us you more intelligent. That's what you gonna have to show us. And if you just about to babble and seem like y'all piggybacking off of us, and then that goes to shaming these motherfucking colleges and these staffs that ain't got nothing to do with their troops that they send out. No, the staff and the teacher and that the organist, that specifically that. You going nowhere else. Y'all humans are dumb. Now, if I could call y'all dumb, but y'all can't call me dumb, but it got to be a narrative around it for me to look dumb, that ain't good enough. Now, light don't travel. Stars is water. It don't matter what you say. If you're on the opposite side, then you ain't got no business getting rich off stars then.
If whatever I'm saying retarded, oh, stars ain't water, this sound crazy. Who the fuck making trillions of dollars off stars and constellations of the shapes of rams and bulls then? Bitch, this some mind shit based upon pockets that the sun in, that the sun ain't in no more. So the stars is whatever in that pocket that the sun emanated and it ain't there no more. A group of clouds is that star. Stars switch imaginations all the time. Mother, not no damn satellites and not no damn shit. People get on these motherfucker online shit and then want to waste more time on hating on motherfuckers because you fucking jealous about something, but you want to make a lot of money off some retardation shit. Nah, that ain't about to fly. That don't fly. That's dodo bird shit. Oh, that's dodo bird shit. Real shit. Ain't no point for y'all to be online if y'all ain't really got no intellect then. We not getting online no more trying to, hey, I'm with this group. I'm with this. No, you get online or you ain't got no point of getting online. You ain't got nothing to offer. No point of you getting online. We switching optics. We switching paradigms. We switching everything. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no point for you to get online. I want to show y'all some shit right now, but y'all undeserving. Y'all undeserving of the real shit. Y'all like seeing what y'all want to see. I hope y'all keep seeing that. You still have to wait till light condense and bend in and become somebody thought to make it, and then you just be a part of it to get it. Who cares though? That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But like I said, challenge. Start. Light don't travel. Who wanna challenge that the light ain't traveling? Who wanna travel? Who wanna challenge stars is water? Who wanna challenge Earth didn't a rock didn't land on water, didn't land on Earth. Earth got shaped and molded out of water. Who want to argue that we rotate specifically to the left? You might want to already argue in some stupid shit. Say, what? Why don't we rotate to the right then? Go ahead. Test your flight. Be real respectable and everything in that nature. But I'm not gonna do too much talking because I did enough. People felt comfortable where they could do a bunch of nonsense talking. There's a situation going on right now where there's a flushing of speech. A lot of y'all just be hooting and hollering and shit in the atmosphere that ain't got shit to do with anything. Just your mind. So you're going to witness counterproductivity based upon what you was previously doing and what you start doing now. They're no longer going to look the same. You're going to have one comfort zone of what you was doing. Then you're still going to be doing the same thing, but it's not seen the same. And that comfort zone ain't going to be there. That's going to go for people's business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics. If you're into Christianity, how comfortable it was able for you to express it at the family reunion ain't going to be so comfortable to express it at the next family reunion. It's just you going to feel the vibe enough to know that your mind, and before you pull it out the air in your mind and start expressing it through words and shit like that, it's not going to be the same type of template. It's not going to be the same type of substantiated program that you think is running off of for you to boost your ego off of, or to think that you're feeding off your lying ego and your manipulation shit. That's what's going through the shift. The intent, not the things we use our intent for. The intent itself. If those qualities ain't in sync or relatability to the wave of the shift that we're going, like a water wave, then for the most part you're swimming in resistance in some way. And you just had some large bubble you didn't collect it with some damn allegiance, and that large bubble is moving slow, so it's moving slow to transition, it's moving slow to expand. And it might not want its bubble pop, so it keep adding old dirty stuff from the water that's going in the direction of the shift to stay more intact, and it just get ready to become an organ implosion. I'm saying the water got to stay light, and then we do that in reality, not no other way. You know what I'm saying? They don't take that shift. They don't take that transition and things. So that's when things get all flunky. But that's the spiritual quality of it. You know what I'm saying? But in all aspects and stuff like that, light don't travel. Y'all talk about distance and all. Y'all got a lot of hate for me. Y'all ain't got no hate for nobody who be talking about light traveling. I still ain't see summer travel in wintertime yet. So y'all claim light travel and light is bringing spring and summer. So I'll be way ahead of y'all. So when you have to use one argument to substantiate the other one, that one be debunked in the other one that you're using. You know what I'm saying? Like it be like that. So when I say light don't travel and shit like that, you want to argue and be like, it is moving to the right or whatever the case may be. So that's why I put in, how come we never see spring jump into wintertime? I mean, or a piece of that summertime light jump into wintertime. You ain't even gonna know why I said that. It might take you a whole 10,000 arguments to realize that was going to be your point in the first place, but you ain't intelligent to know that that was going to be your point. You just going to stay surface level. You're going to be like, well, it's traveling to the right or whatever. Light does travel or whatever. And light, the sun is bringing the seasons or whatever the case may be. Okay, if light travel and light bringing the seasons, then how come we ain't see light travel yet to another day and another goddamn season? How come we ain't see it yet? How come we ain't see this spring light travel to winter time when we in winter? Like, what happened to that light? Did it fly somewhere else or something like that? The light just scattering all over the universe like the galaxies and stuff like that. And one light came from the east, one light came from the north. Like, how deep do we gotta get in your retarded ass rabbit hole? Like, you gotta really explain that. I don't like to go that far. You was getting ready to get led to your highest intelligent thought, and that was asinine. And I just got you there a little faster, and you're gonna get confused to be like, you're gonna build yourself up a whole 60 years in college to build yourself up to just that, a more rabbit hole lost way of saying what I just told you, and then you're gonna try to build a whole other 2,000-year-old argument because you ain't got nowhere else to go. It's gonna be like infinite regress until you realize, bitch, I made it simple. You ain't trying to think about nothing else but light being something traveling, and it's bringing seasons too, and you ain't never seen nothing in existence of a light or a season traveling to another season or another form of light. I ain't never seen one form of light going to another form of light that is goddamn light. If that's the case, why Africa and damn America ain't summertime at the same time then? Why when it's daytime somewhere else on land, it ain't daytime somewhere else on land? Like you ain't even think about all that. Like you just like lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you get all through all your little bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you just come to the conclusion, oh, light emits, it don't travel. So based upon the power of emission, we call that watts, and it create dimension. The power of the emanation, the emission, it expands, and this is what we're qualifying as dimension. Velocity, volume, mass. You know what I'm saying? So the more of the watts, the more expanded the light will be. It ain't travel nowhere. I ain't never seen the street light come on and it flew up the street. I always seen the street light and the amount of watts it has when it come on, the amount of watts shows you how much is going to be emitted in that area. But that light would never travel from that area. It would never pick up and go up the street with a collection of other street lights. And you would never see light do that. Not even the ones we make up with fluorescence light. That's why I made the street light as an example. But you might want to tell me it did travel. All right, cool. Light travel like your car. You know what I'm saying? Your car went up the street. You ain't see the street light start beaming and go up the street. You ain't see that though. Your senses lie to you. Galileo lie to you and stuff. Whatever y'all thought about, I already thought about eons ago before this form I'm in. My mental form before I conceived with this kind of organ was more intelligent than y'all. And shit like that. I had to get my parents game. I done gave about 60,000 parents I have all kind of game they ain't never had before. Taught everybody how to spiritually get to that space, develop this type of mind, mathematics, and then this type of organ structure come down to help us go build this new glorified body. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You got to be high as fuck too though. Not this. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about spiritually and create a spaceship, and you a person who know how to develop your own spaceship, your own feeling. So you didn't need Walt Disney or commercial or some other lost person who don't know how to do that for themselves. So they're in the same position as you. So y'all both taken. They might took more than you internally, make it look like it was externally. So that was a person who you thought you could take a little bit more love from, and they had a little bit more to give or whatever the case may be. But truly, that was pretty much none of y'all building y'all own feeling, getting around somebody that y'all got that common interest feeling, and then y'all start fucking spiritually in that space, and that spaceship y'all made, that feeling with all them spirits there to bring somebody down here, colder than a motherfucker, star person. Cold ass star person and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Then you get to get there next time, and all the stuff you got out of and those Walt Disney commercials and shit you was into, it'd be less the next time and more tapped into nature and what I'm talking about the next time. So your spirit always know how to come back as that place that you probably had to get reminded from when you just got there in small pockets, because that day you wasn't watching Walt Disney and you was tapped in with your culture and your people. So you met a bitch who was on the same mind state as you, and y'all built y'all own feeling. Walt Disney didn't teach y'all this feeling, so she wasn't asking for a bouquet of flowers around Valentine's Day and shit like that. Y'all was going pluck and get ready to sell out everybody else in that scam flowers and shit before the government come do a psyop on y'all and say, hey, if it ain't in this grocery store or something like that, you ain't allowed to sell it. Before that happened or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. You only bringing an entrepreneur down this bitch. You ain't bringing no motherfucking consumer down this bitch. You ain't bringing no motherfucking consumer spirit. You bringing a motherfucking boss down this bitch. Bringing a boss, flight boss, or boss ass bitch down this bitch. Bringing no weak ass spirits down here. You bringing a motherfucking master of something down here. Because you didn't master something. So you in that spiritual space of what spirits who know how to master something on their own. So however it play out, crayon box, kindergarten, I'm on the face of Gerber, I'm the baby face, or I grew up, whatever, I brought a new ideology in the world. However that case that be, that's powerful spirits. There won't be no astrology or none of that goddamn shit of no powerful spirits was down here doing that shit. Do something. Stop being stuck. Do something else. Stop being stuck. Don't y'all know the spirit don't like being stuck? We talk about the mind right now. This is the first aspect of burning something out. An idea that then became a grandfather or a grandmother and is no longer well-oiled running machine. So it's like a grandfather or grandmother with no knowledge. So that's one whose throat fucked up, like the George Washington psyop, or it's like these spirits can't come back and tell you nothing new. You want wise old people, old ones. And you'll probably have that in your real life. But if you had that in the spiritual world, that's how you manifest it in your real life if you don't have it right now. And well-oiled running machine, old people only want to, they built their own filling up by teaching their youngin' ones, the younger people. That's what make them feel good. They don't feel good creating a feeling of hiding something or creating a feeling of that's going to manifest as one of them old skanks, one of them old stressed out. I got a plunger up my ass, great auntie, uncle, grandparent that no one want to be around at the family reunion and shit. Got some old funky ass mood because your high school sweetheart ain't do something energy. Got some old miscellaneous concept about Christianity and shit. So Christianity is about Jesus Christ coming back because somebody ain't rub your feet. It ain't got nothing to do with the ceremony or anything of that nature. Jesus Christ coming back to punish everybody because your feet ain't get rubbed and somebody ain't get your fucking buttercup snuff or something like, you know what I'm saying? That this shit like that and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, old hag energy. Yeah, there you go. There, shout out to Misa B. Yeah, that type of shit. That's the word I was looking for too. Shout out you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it ain't what we do, it's how we do it. We all doing the same thing. You just got to do it in the right way. So we all seeing the same thing. The sun too. But you might not see it as a form of emanation. You might see it as a form of something rising, setting, traveling, but you truly rotating to the left. So your senses only truly show you circumstance of a rotation. It don't show you nothing else. So when you start there, you start to understand how to compare and contrast what's rotating. So when you see put things in its rightful pocket, give words and meanings to its rightful spiritual pockets, you'll be able to see what's more on a percentage scale of what's rotating. And the moment you want to get in foggy land, you might consider the sun as rotating other than the land mass you're on rotating. And the grand mass of it, how large it is, because we have time zones, geographical locations. So it might be a little too slow for your small attention span to try to make sense out of you're on something rotating to the left. That's the 5 bodies of water coming together, the 5 seas. So you might just want to, even though you see the sun still in the same dimension, moving just as slow as if you was on a big ass merry-go-round, you want to look at Earth as a merry-go-round because we have merry-go-rounds that mimic something. It's a synthetic. That which is what it ain't. Just because a merry-go-round mimic rotation doesn't necessarily mean we need to take the holy version outside of the holy version, your anatomy, and making a merry-go-round, and then need to consider that, well, it's just that what's around us is the imitation version, and the merry-go-round is the real thing. I need to substantiate my argument on what I think Earth will be, and if I'm on the side of flat Earth, that means it's not a merry-go-round, and if I'm on the side of globe Earth, that means it is a merry-go-round. But truly, the merry-go-round is the synthetic thing. The technology is the synthetic thing. What's that is with an 8. Just because we create the essence of what rotation come to be, there's many different pockets of forms of rotation. And when you just get lost in the form of rotation as a merry-go-round, you have a flat turd brain. Because who the fuck told you something synthetic that's doing this rotation that play out in many different ways has to be put in this one little micro way, when I can see rotations in all kind of other ways beyond that don't need a flat surface to be on. That's what I'm saying. A rotation could be a cycle. Spring, summer, fall, winter. That's a cycle. That's a rotation. Water condensing and evaporating. That's a cycle. Now that don't have nothing to do with round, do it? But it creates the essence of a cycle. So when we say things like what goes around comes back around, that's the more broader scale of a rotation. Now we can see that quality play out in a bunch of synthetic ways and ways we can use that quality for ourselves in subjective ways, but never attach that to God. Never attach that to the end all and be all. Never attach that to the world is made out of spheres that we could square out. But as many different pockets you could get in, these are natures. They are characteristics. And that's how you understand actual dimension, not this other shit y'all be into, where you start off as cosplayer energy. So King James, I need to be the best interpreter. And then you're not doing these things no more. You're just saying that my ancients did astrology, but you not doing it. Or you'll sound like me. And it'll sound like some shit. We create some new shit now and stop living in the past. Because we are these people. Some of us, not all of us. Because who the fuck y'all getting ready to teach y'all information from if it ain't somebody who was walking here talking about this shit? So I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? So rotation, learn how to get out of y'all own rabbit ass minds down and trying to get paid off each rabbit hole that don't allow your own spirit to be the new Einstein, that don't allow your own spirit to be like, I don't see nobody even in these cults that I can look at and be like, damn, you go hard. You remind me of Carl Sagan. Like y'all not to say he was hard, rest in peace, but like what happened to the expansion of knowledge? We need a new age of enlightenment, and we have one. We just don't have these spirits in the bodies that people in control right now respect. So it's going to be more secretly cosplaying and trying to throw away the people that the spirits didn't choose to come back in. They didn't think the age of enlightenment spirits was going to come with the natural people it came from in the first place, Native Americans. And then it's getting shared with Freemans and Puerto Ricans or Hispanics and stuff like that. But the age of enlightenment itself started from cosplayers when this energy was most potent from the people that they was cosplaying and trying to interpret. That's why I never start my knowledge from Thomas Jefferson or anybody like that, because whatever we doing now, we always been doing. So who's ever in control of the information, it ain't the information, it ain't the sword itself, it's the ones who wield it. The ones who wield it is a bunch of manipulators. So if they lying now, they was lying in. What make you think somebody who wasn't following Thomas Jefferson ain't lying now? What make you think Thomas Jefferson wasn't lying? You see what I'm saying? So you would get some information thinking that a group of the same individuals was telling the truth just because it was the group of individuals in the 1600s or something like that. No, they was lying in. So if they came over and was trying to interpret something, they was trying to get something out of people. Okay, we see where that leads. They was taking people's lands and shit. The fuck make you think that they was lying even more than the motherfuckers lying now who's following them? Like, I don't even know how the fuck these motherfuckers' teeth was rotting and shit. That was the first shit we used to tell them. Your teeth gonna rotten from all them damn white lies, white food. And teeth start rotting and shit, all kind of shit. That was the first shit. And they had to learn how we floss and shit like that, man. Yeah, I love all white people. I love all black. I love everybody and shit like that. We talking spiritually right now. It ain't my fault y'all created these words with these meanings behind it, and it just so happens it's a small group of people that's in cults that's white and black that feel like they're in control over some of it. So we over exaggerate about what's going on in general and shit like that. So it'd be like a church that say don't use curse words, and then it's a language that the church people made curses. So this is where curse words come from, the people who say don't curse. But a curse don't even mean anything. It's just a word that match an expression of a person who felt like they was done wrong, but they not going to do the other person in the same way how they was done. Whether that person said anything or not, that's what's actually happening. And if that person know how to cultivate that feeling with the holy thoughts and feelings in the atmosphere, and if they're more in sync, they can get rid of that vibe that went against them. And then the person that was using that mathematics to go against something, that the same thing that they got away with is the same thing that'll put them in a funky situation that they was putting other people in, because the energy itself is being weighed on the scales. It's not so. Whatever person using that energy in their own life, it could be another person who don't even know anybody who was just involved in that, but they're using that quality on their own life. If it's enough powerful spirits changing the tone, changing the template, then the atmosphere work with the people who closest in sync with God. So for the most part, it's like cleansing dirtiness, but spirits have to do it. If all spirits all over the place, there's no holy cleansing, but the spirits that's even trying to keep it dirty, they just go to a deeper hell. Nobody wins. It's like one of that situations. It's like joining a business with someone and someone doing something for their own gain, but at the end, nobody wins, because once that person get their own gain, that dries up and they're unfulfilled. But for them to get their own gain, everybody else took out of a position in some way also. So nobody wins. And the person who thought they was winning going to be unfulfilled. And they left with all the responsibility and the scapegoat energy. So what they thought they was doing good end up now becoming an energy of getting all the attention for all the wrong reasons now. So the thing that you was doing is now a thing you don't want to be seen in. And it's where tainted energy come from too. Where now that brought the seed in existence through those experiences that we did thousands of years ago of once you know better, you do better. And in the mind, we argue with each other so much and get lost into the physical. It takes the physical representations for it to be condensed, for us to be like, all right, now we truly know. You were supposed to know in your mind. It didn't even have to get this far physically and shit like that. You were supposed to be able to see it. But now we know. So there's an actual physical result to show. If you know better, do better. And if you try to piggyback on that energy, you know better, you just ain't trying to do better. And you're trying to do that old knowing in a new sufficient way to not get the same outcome. And that's a deeper hell from a spiritual perspective, because the spirits that created that pocket been in and out of hell, and the ones with grace trying to get out of that for a long time. So it's like a smothering pocket in the spiritual realm. That spirits fight over old and outdated energy until they get there and realize that was the complete opposite direction. Just never do that again. If you get a little small piece of grace, never do that again. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to be a spirit, even if you come back on Earth and you get attacked, even with stuff like that, and it could be a fair game if you choose. You're supposed to know that you know better, and you're just dealing with other spirits who don't know better. Save your own salvation. And if you say I'm back and give the words that you know something that other people are involved in but plucked after it was created, yet they have no other explanation about it except what you said, yet they can pull out physical representations to still debunk you, to do what they still want to do, that's feeding. That's actually how people go to hell in some way, shape, or form, because you're trying to use your mind for something in the flesh. In some way, shape, or form. And you don't want to be told something that you know makes sense, because you already in something that you didn't ate that tastes good. So it's like a lot of circumstances where if you're not spiritual first, you don't see the physical world. And this is how we look at it. This is how we created practices and shit. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So a lot of times when your mind is the land you're on, you're able to see what a whole bunch of lost people is actually doing. And they're just acting out a synthetic version of what someone may call what we doing animism. But it's really not that. It's not no spooky stuff. It's just understanding character qualities and knowing what that is what it is, and that which is ain't. So I might be in bird mind, bird energy, or whatever, but the spirit bird, but it's not necessarily saying that's a bird. It's the mathematics. So anybody using that mathematics is clearly to see if it's being used for demonic stuff when people doing it in pockets and shit like that. You know, it just goes deep. You know, that's why and that's why I tell a lot of my because natives already know, but just a lot of my other ethnicities, you know what I'm saying? It's a blind leading a blind world. So sometimes you just have to be careful what you're dealing with, especially when it comes to black and white people. Sometimes they don't know no better. And since they don't got no culture, you get small groupings of these individuals making one up, and they try to do that on others, but they be doing like 5 or 6 different people's cultures and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be like, so for an example, I'm gonna just give y'all an example how us natives think and how you should think if you part of your African tribal stuff. And so, but you call yourself black, but you still with your African people and stuff. And because sometimes white and black people that's in small pockets, if they get around the Puerto Ricans, it's like these colleges and stuff. So a lot of times they take people away from their culture to make them practice demonic stuff. So now when we think about spirituality and everything has a spirit, right? You know, when people don't take it serious, especially if they're in colleges or whatever the case. So if you're another ethnicity, and this for my young natives out there, right? And you're going out, keep your culture intact because it's going to save you. And anybody using your ancestry stuff, they can't do it on you anyway. But you really just keep your eyes open for a lot of black and white people too, right? So even if you're trying to get in relationships, right? Don't, like for an example, we got a deep spiritual sense with cats, right? So if you come across a black or a white person, especially online right now, and let's say you're a man and you're looking for a female, but she's a cat lady or whatever the case may be, this is people still in our culture or whatever the case may be. So you could possibly be dealing with a police bitch, right? Because cats represent being slick and watching, right? And in the hands of a woman, when we have the white man mind over here, they over exaggerate about everything, right? So you could possibly peep out little stuff like that, because it's not to say every chick with a pet is like that, but the colleges and stuff, it's so potent now. They have so many colleges and so much stuff of people copying stuff that they use it for monetary gain. So you could be in a situation where your stuff is getting used on you. So I'm not saying blame everybody. I'm just saying keep your eye out, young native. And then for African people, it's just really a lot of black and white people though. You know what I'm saying? If someone really with their culture, they wouldn't even really be into that like that anyway. You see what I'm saying? So it's like what they call that? They call it a phonics cat or some goddamn shit, some damn CIA program shit, where they used to put little robots and shit that can listen to people and cats or whatever like that. So they how all these rappers be getting caught up, and they be doing content creators like that now too. They'll send you a female with a cat. I'm saying, and once you start seeing her upload too many damn cat shit or whatever the case may be, that's a police bitch. But if it ain't but if this is somebody regular, it's like it's a normal type of person. You could tell they're not using online for something how they did on Facebook and shit like that. Then it's cool. But these things be tricky anyway. It's like you still keeping yourself and your surroundings and stuff. People be lost when you see other people involved in too much stranger energy. That means they're detached from their family and they have an oath. They don't have no culture. So they get ready to even steal yours. Don't even get nobody like that your energy. You see what I'm saying? Get nobody like that your energy. But it's a lot of things they do to keep indigenous people at the bottom. And they're doing freedmans like that now too. But these will be things you have to accept. You will have to accept destroying your own people to be somebody in their world. And I don't accept destroying my own people. Native American, Black, white, Asian, Arab. That's just not my thing. I'm even cool with too many Arabs and shit like that for me to even have that type of mentality. So that's just not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm already doing these things for real. So it's just like when you understand life itself, it's hard. It might be hard for you to do that though if you're not on your lands. If you're not on your lands, your way of thinking is not connected with the holy thinking, the atmosphere and the way it's going. So you need assistance. That's why when people be on other people's lands, they always have to start with, I'm interpreting something the best. And then they go to an ancient or an indigenous people that was their first knowledge. So when you see all these undercover cop police officers, like a lot of y'all and stuff, and people trying to teach now, jumping in our field, they're doing it in a new way. How y'all did us natives, how y'all copying me and do it. Y'all, how y'all doing that? It's the same way y'all did it. Y'all know y'all got your books, but also how y'all about to start trying to teach it too. How y'all trying to teach astrology or whatever. Y'all have to wait to get updated. And then when y'all trying to debunk somebody, y'all always trying to go back to another. Y'all don't have it yourselves. So all black people online, that's the feds trying to teach, and the white people and stuff, they're trying to be the best interpreters. They're not talking about their shit. They're about to go somewhere and teach somebody else shit. So the people who is actually the people just do it. So even if you want to teach Native American shit, you ain't Native American, so you can't do it. So you will be on my channel trying to figure out what's new. How to, because that's true. You're going back to some ancient people stuff, and they're not here again to tell you what they're gonna do tomorrow. You're going off something that they did last week when they was living, and you know that they was coming up with new stuff every day before they died. But y'all not in that position. Y'all in capitalizing position. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you're able to have Robert Greene. But it's truly always individuals here like me for y'all to even know what y'all know, like Robert Greene and these colonists and y'all black folks and y'all white folks that join together and make this more importance of the world. So y'all end up being in HBCUs and stuff like that anyway. So y'all have your own what they call that, and an alliance, a lineage, alliance, allegiance. So y'all have a degenerate something where it doesn't matter about culture. Y'all culture, if it is one, it's coming together because of this, and like, but y'all truly in the same position as everybody. I still haven't seen no HBCU come together that work for the government and stop everybody from having bills. I still haven't seen no little cult that be even playing good cop, bad cop. They go flood everybody chat and make everybody try to think a certain way. With all that power, why don't y'all never stop bills? Why do y'all still live in the same situation everybody else live? I don't even think that's even a perk then. That ain't a flex. Being an undercover cop and all that shit, that ain't no flex. Joining the military and shit, that ain't no flex. You mean to tell me I got to go somewhere from my family from 6 months for me to have a roof over my head and go do a whole bunch of government militias and shit like that, and I'm still paying bills and shit? That ain't no flex. I still got to live around people I don't know. That ain't no flex. I ain't got no culture I'm taking my shit back to. You mean to tell me my highest level of thinking I'm helping someone is going somewhere and taking the money the government gave me and put dollars in the hands of bums that ain't my people? If that's the case, fucking beat. If that's the case, any bum in my territory will be richer than any other bum in America, because my bums will be putting sidewalks together on my territory. My bums have shelter over their head because we have a whole bunch of abandoned houses they can be in and give them the qualities to fix it up and start washing their ass. Eventually, they won't even be busy with crack. They'll be busy with building the neighborhoods. That would the bums become the construction workers after a while. You know what I'm saying? So my bums and my territory will be richer than any other bum, never hungry, none of that shit. They technically not even bums at some point because all the sufficient, well-oiled running machine individuals have the mind to place these people in a situation if that's their people. So if I got bums, that's my people and my territory, they not bums like y'all and how y'all treat y'all people and stuff like that. Big difference. Big difference when it comes to society building and shit like that. Big difference. Y'all are degenerates. There won't be no such thing as a rescue mission. That's the building all our future construction workers is in at the moment, so they could clean up and wash their ass. So yeah, they gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. If they want to rise their mind, they can rise their level on life based upon expertise and their actions. If they get complacent and they don't want to rise their mind, they can stay in that complacent area. My mentality put them in. So you could stay making sidewalks, or you could start raising up after you made sidewalks and start becoming a heart surgeon. But bitch, you ain't smoking crack. Bitch, you ain't in front of the gas station waiting to pump somebody's motherfucking gas for $2. Motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And you ain't out in front of your goddamn family members sleeping on the damn porch waiting for them to cook a goddamn hot meal for your ass. I know you need to be fed if you're going to be putting these sidewalks the fuck together. Putting the little basketball courts together for the fucking kids. I know you're going to need to be fed. So if you want to eat, you're going to put these motherfucking sidewalks and these basketball courts together and shit like that. The end, bitch. We built society. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just that motherfucker simple in this motherfucker shit. I shouldn't even look at the comment. Click the link. Don't leave no paragraphs. Because it's just, I don't really care what y'all using YouTube for. That's the whole point. If you actually got something intelligent to say it. Don't come on with whatever you're into as a cult and then trying to play on me like you're trying to work on a belief, and then this what makes you think you some type of thing that you're projecting at the moment, like God or something like this. Like, y'all humans be playing with yourselves. The way you think you is intelligent is based off English. I don't give a fuck about that. And anything you're doing, I'm just going to break down what you're doing in English, not what you're trying to use English for. I don't use logic for logic. That's what y'all do. I use logic against logic. When you use logic for logic, the highest state that could go from a psychologist if they're in a position of trying to treat people like a lab rat or whatever, the highest concept that can go is throwing your own ability of concepts away and only studying others and replacing your own ability of how well you was able to calculate others. So you're still in your own interpretation. You still don't know shit. So you're going to be interpreting others through the lens of, if you only know God, you're going to be filtering it. If you only knew the alphabet, you're going to be like, all right, this alphabet A, B, C, D is what we made up to try to understand people, and INFJs and all this alphabet and FBI and CIA. So we can put people in categories, right? But if you only know A, B, C, D, you might have reached the highest intelligence of seeing what A, B, C, D do. That doesn't necessarily mean you know how to do A, B, C, D and you know how to present E and F and G. Know what I'm saying? So when it's time for another curriculum, we can't study you, and you can't never be in a position of you got a beautiful mind, so you can't wait to show us how you think. And then you can use that mind to calculate others. You'll be in a whole nother position when it comes to gathering data at that point and having a more honest way to make a job about it. But when you got retard people going off a template, it's nepotism. It's like an Arab bringing another person from their country to work the store when one was there 6 months or some 3, 5, 7 year circumstance or whatever the case may be. It's just some old outdated shit that after a while, then what? You know what I'm saying? What do you know? You don't know nothing else? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see no Arab making no car lot. You're just gonna see an Arab making stores. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see no Asians doing nothing else but Chinese chicken, fried rice, and put somebody nails on, or whatever the case, of selling scarves and shit like that. You ain't might see them out here doing no damn live Bruce Lee show or nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. People not really intelligent, and stuff like that. So it just put people in weird perspectives where they're trying to find intelligent ways to use stuff. So that's using logic for logic, or intellect for intellect. So you have to have a presupposition for that to even mean anything. But you lack knowledge even having a presupposition. Because who presupposed you then before you had any of your presuppositions? So that's not even an argument. A presupposition is not an argument. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, who presupposed you was about to be the one who come out your mother ass other than your brother or your sister or whatever at that particular time? So if you ain't willing to go into that type of infinite regress or rabbit hole, you need to know that's the wrong starting point in the first place. So to grow up to be an old McDonald, had a farm at 18 years old, don't really mean nothing when you start talking about a presupposition, because your presupposition is based off someone who was getting money. So when you got a presupposition about God ain't even your presupposition. Your presupposition is about when Brit Economan started making money. So you got to go to a church fathers or what the priest said. People was making money. You got to go back to the people who started making money, what they said and shit like that. And they said they was making money, and you gonna respect their God, green earth, or whatever the case may be, and you gonna be a slave. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you basically doing. The conversation ain't really got nothing to do with some English and Latin term, and y'all putting meanings behind it because y'all lost in y'all rabbit ass mind. Ooh, this motherfucker big as hell. Big ass hornet. Because y'all lost in y'all big ass rabbit ass minds and shit like that. So you got to keep that in mind too. You know what I'm saying? It just be a weird, sticky situation for y'all. Y'all slow and retarded. You know what I'm saying? So just get ready for online itself content go down the drain. Because here's the thing. They about to stop wasting money. Like all these celebrities that they have been inflating the numbers on and stuff like that, they can't do it no more. They know we ain't watching. They're trying to make psyops on the real people and try to make it seem like people ain't watching us, but then sit up here and promote themselves back onto us like we ain't the audience. So like they're lost in the sauce right now. They're trying to figure out, because they're really looking at it. They're looking at all these people trying to make podcasts right now, and they're like, well, it's not even really working the way we think because we had the wrong idea. The audience we're promoting things to, we attacked them all. And we didn't think that they was going to see us as doing that. So now it's like we can't even be what we think we was going to be or whatever. We thought we was about to be their teachers. But in our mind, when we started that, was teachers' audiences. These people who thought they was podcasters' audiences. That's what we thought we was doing. We didn't know that we're actually just fucking with the people and trying to make it a cop world online. We didn't know they thought like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of guilty conscience going on right now with these undercover cop teachers and shit like that. They're going back to their regular jobs and shit. They go. When I told y'all everybody gonna go broke, y'all think it was gonna come in another way, right? Because y'all be so when you heard me saying my song, I'm an alien. I be hitting that and to that damn kitty got a purr. Then they want to watch it secretly still, then start to hate. Man, you niggas got a nerve. Then you gonna see me fly away. You can see me dipping through the earth. Yeah. And everybody who was shouting me out didn't know I was talking about them. So I wanted to be apparent. These people y'all see disappear is them too. You know what I'm saying? So to help y'all understand that they don't got their job no more. You know what I'm saying? So when I was like, yeah, News Fox, I know it's the same script writer, but I know that you have to blind people sometimes when they think they blinding you. So I needed them to cheer on what they thought I was talking about. I was like, yeah, because the news channel politicians, because they ain't gonna have no job. These is the people in the college that they're trying to make politicking on me. So when I reversed it, and then now they got to walk on eggshells. We have to show people how to do things for real when it's magic, because people be all over the place. Like, so you can't use somebody's shit and then like think you're better at it. And you don't even have a culture. You're not substantiated even on whose culture you're copying and how it's done. So you're just winging it. I be trying to find other words for a person that they can feel guilty, and because they're trying to create a facade. So I do it too. I want you to think I'm not talking about you, but say everything so you can know I ain't talking about nobody else but you though. You know what I'm saying? And then so you could cheer on your own failure. So I put you in a mind box in hell. So you have to be yourself in the light. And if you keep cheering on what you thought you was and doing it to other people, you're in this deeper hell that you're never getting out of after death that we have people in. But I need to show y'all in reality how you put people in hell and we're still living. So a person don't have to die to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So when a person like being in the shadow, you show them that light ain't even that. Darkness is a collection of light. And whatever you think it is, you're in your own world. And let me pull you out so you could be in a position of having to build your own volition, just like how you was born. Don't forget how you was born. You built your own mind. Don't go too far in pockets because of your self-serving practices. So when you bring a demon that think they're a demon because of English and a light, because when you a powerful spirit, you all these things. These things are just characteristics, and they're not even what people are using it for to be the thing itself and act it out. So you pull a demon out. So when it's time to be on the actual game board that Yehovah see, I don't know what other games people be playing to go to hell, right? Then let's see how powerful you is. Let's see how magical you is. And you should be able to pull out that atmosphere and have all the justifications, fight fire with fire. That's how atmospheres collide and condense and make rain and clouds as the sperm and stuff like that. This is what we do as angels. Can you fight fire with fire? You should be able to have any kind of justification out of the winds. That's a kudos spot from your vision, because your original vision is your fire. The winds is when you spread it out to cool off so it can collect to be in that water. You should have a mathematical mental construct that justify, and it's the holy water. It's in sync. It's relatable. Everybody should be able to agree in some way, shape, or form. All cultures and everything. And whatever you have done, it shouldn't be tainted. You should be able to say, yeah, I did it, and I should be able to be in front of you and bow down to your will and kneel, and you ain't have to hit me upside the head even with a sword. No form of manipulation or nothing. It is what it is, and that which is not is what it is, and that which it is what it's not. So you're just a representation, and you only going to show what you are a representation of, a manipulator. And that's how Yehovah see it. You see what I'm saying? You people don't have no magic. It is what it is what it is. You can't hide from what you are. What you are is what you are. I am, therefore I think. Not no, I think, therefore I am. And you're just supporting everything and you still got bills. That's not life. Life don't work that way. You cannot control people's minds. We could create bribery and create substantiated pockets where bribery could be more suitable for individuals' biases or not. But we cannot control minds. That is not a concept of a controlling mind. That's why you always going to have one person don't lift their elbow and everybody else lift their elbow. Everybody do it on their own time. So that means you can never control nobody's mind. You know what I'm saying? You can make a circumstance for people to use their mind in. You would never be able to create a circumstance and everybody mentality act out the circumstance. No, you always gonna have this unique individual, and you can only make observations. That's it. There is no such thing as control of the mind. That's a made up thing that white boys made up. And they lost themselves. It's not a flex being an alien with no origin story. You either know you're outside the realm, making everything, and then it implodes. So when you jump in it, it looked like you created it from the inside out. So we jump into the things that we create, or you the creation. You mimicking that concept, but you don't have the actual meaning of it. So you wasn't the one that went in and said that you ain't got none of that. You just claim you was somewhere from distance. You can't explain none of where we at right now. For you to understand, it's not even a concept you would make up. It's not even the concept y'all make up. Just like your internal DNA strand. What make y'all think that ain't the holy version of the holy? The sky and the clouds. That is the DNA strand. Your body made out of water. So that's the less dense DNA strand. The government been fucking up the air since the beginning of time. What are y'all doing if y'all ain't trying to live life and make new organs? What is y'all purpose? It's like y'all purposeless people. Y'all are literally purposeless people. And just using tax dollars for bullshit, whatever the case may be. What is your point if you not understanding life? If you don't understand DNA, so you think clouds is man-made? Y'all see the atmosphere condense and become the sun and the clouds every day. So that's a makeup. So obviously, that's the very substance of what you are. Y'all not trying to think how to make that more sufficient. Y'all wouldn't even have all these type of airplanes and everything like that if y'all really was tapped in. I don't believe no Mason, no rabbi, no person in government ever was listening to anybody with common sense. Or we wouldn't have a lot of stuff that we're doing that y'all in another world saying, oh, it's stuff that we do right in the world, but we're doing wrong for this purpose. Man, all that is bullshit. The right and the wrong concept of all that. I don't know what none of y'all are into. None of y'all know about anything. Like from every class, every college, nothing. It's asinine. The fuck you think DNA is if it ain't the clouds condensing it and then this, what the fuck is it? What the fuck you think you're it? You are something that emanate out of the atmosphere, out of thin air. But it's a mechanism for you to have this structure and how we give birth to each other. But where else do you think you at? You are something within the atmosphere. You're just experiencing things within the atmosphere. Obviously, the atmosphere is making things. So you see the lighter dents and flowing into the heavier dents. You one of them in it. It's like, y'all dumb as fuck. All y'all science, all y'all math. Y'all don't be knowing what y'all measuring, what y'all talking about light. Y'all just picked a whole weak ass way to get rich. And light don't even travel. Motherfuckers that made trillions off of talk about light travel. Nobody ever seen light travel a day in their motherfucking life. Not even a damn sun. Your senses be lying to you when you think, because we're rotating to the left. Yeah, the sun is moving up. You see the sun in one pocket as you rotate to the left and moving. For someone who ain't on your time zone to do the same thing at a different time. Bitch, if the sun was moving and you ain't moving, bitch, we will all experience the same time zone. Or it wouldn't even be no such thing as time, how we calculating. If the sun was actually moving. Then y'all got to get into some punk ass shit. It must be aliens. What's moving the sun where it's at? So it's something in the sky that's moving something now. No, the sun ain't moving, bitch. You rotating to the left. You didn't got life fucked up. The only thing we can see moving is bodies of water. All 5 C's coming together must be rotating to the left. If water don't land on Earth and Earth gets shaped and molded out of water, then that means the land mass is going to rotate on the body of water it got manifested out of. Bitch, you ain't about to make no more sense out of that. And then for the most part, when you on your time zone, that's why it take your time zone to face 180 degree away from, goddamn it, the sun, macro wise, fall and winter time, daytime wise and micro wise, evening and night. And then for other motherfuckers to do it on their micros spent off cycle on each rock that derived out of the water that's doing the same thing, particular for each 5 C's that when they come together, we see it on a macro scale. All of them rotating to the left, bitch. But you know you have swirls in between for them to be 5 C's, and one got different minerals in it than the other one for one to be heavier than the other one. So we got many different swirls or tornadoes in the water or whatever the case may be. So wherever your land mass derived up on has that same spin cycle from the left, just at a different times rate than somebody else's. Bitch, shut up. Or would be no such thing as it even having some implosion. Thoughts, clouds implode, so it can rain in your area, bitch. Or you can have temperature. That the atmosphere is just a lighter version of what's going on with the water, bitch. When one atmosphere collide with your next city and state atmosphere, bitch, depending on how much of the same water type of thing that play out with water in the air, in the wind, could connect with your next city little particular spin cycle and shit like that, it's gonna create temperament, and then it's gonna be a human temperature, bitch, and then that's create tornadoes, bitch, too, bitch. You see spheres everywhere. The world is full of spheres. Real shit. I ain't debating against nobody. All my shit is trashing everybody's shit. If you want to throw flat earth in there, then they got debunked too. And flat earth is just a CIA program that they stole from what they thought Native Americans in the Great Plains was talking about and the grassy fields and shit like that. They flat earth, no, they know that don't make sense. They just be pulling out some old shit that back in the day, maybe people who was following the God manifesto destiny in their mind, Christopher Columbus, that they made up at the round table. Maybe they thought the world was flat on water or something like that, then came over here and got the wrong idea or whatever. But anybody with common sense, if you a real flat earther and you ain't retarded, you would know the world ain't flat. Like if you was really to study that, you already know there's nowhere you could find a level landmass. And that's the reason we made levels in the first place. Duh. There would be no such thing as someone having to create a level for a pool table in a motherfucker building that they just bought a pool hall if the world was flat. Bitch, why we need levels? We need levels because it ain't flat. So you have to level it, bitch. Sometimes you need to put some little paper, little wooden things that they give you inside of the pool table thing just for that, because they know the world ain't flat. So it's either a CIA program or they brains is flat if they really in that motherfucking shit. Then if they want to take it to Chris Peckler points of views and stuff like that, that's even dumb because we don't even have to do that. All you got to do is, let's say you want to be a Google scholar. Type in, what's the sea level in New York? Type in, what's the sea level in California? The end is debunked. If the sea levels ain't even, the land mass ain't even, the earth ain't flat, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? You go to Africa, you type in, what's the sea level in Africa? Then type in, what's the sea level in Antarctica? If it ain't level, world ain't flat, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You're gonna be talking till you die with 2,000-year-old arguments. Shit, I got Yeah, don't get lost. Y'all just be lost in CIA rabbit holes and shit like that. The flat Earth don't even exist. People have to work hard to cause confusion. That's where it's coming from. It's not people working hard trying to know the truth or anything of that nature. That don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? You need to know if the argument is flat Earth, why is the whole argument everything but Earth? It's about sea levels and everything of that nature. And sky astrology and astronomy ain't nothing about Earth or whatever the case may be. So it's either a confusion on purpose or motherfuckers out they rabbit ass goddamn mind. And if they argument is gonna be about sea level, then you could debunk flat Earth in 3 seconds because ain't no sea level even in no country. So what is we even measuring then? What are you even talking about? I don't want to hear about no Pascal rays. I don't want to hear about no goddamn sun traveling distance and y'all lost ass the Dogon shit. Stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. If your whole argument gonna be sea level, make sure sea levels around the world is level before you make any argument and go down and get robbing people, rocking people to sleep. A flat earther can't do nothing but talk about anything that ain't got nothing to do with Earth. Holographic universes and shit like that. Man, that's some fad shit. Somebody in the military or something. But other than that, like, because that's what the military do. They go out and psyop people and try to think they the teachers of the world. So you probably got tarot card reader ones right now. You got relationship ones right now. You got people who the psyop Native American psyop my shit. So now you got ones that's trying to make tribe shit now. Make all that weirdo ass shit. It's all military tactics and white boy shit. And there's only be black and white people that be doing that shit. They the only people who like hurting their own people. That's why y'all ain't my people. So y'all ain't got to worry about me trying to connect with y'all like that. I got my people already. If you trying to help us and we can help each other, cool. That's how it always supposed to be. Even when it comes to the music. I got some beats you could buy, whatever. However the case, keep it like that. All y'all black and white psyop cult type shit y'all into, y'all shit trash anyway. The hood ain't jacking none of y'all shit anyway, so nobody give a fuck. Y'all just somewhere on trying to make some online shit and trying to make all the real people seem like we on some online shit. No, we got real people, real family, real listeners. All of us get on it. Y'all sound corny. Y'all sound undercover copish, especially with y'all music. We ain't on y'all vibe. We not on that shit. Even when you hear me sound spiritual and shit like that, I have a way that is conducted with my culture and how people in my area hear it, even people everywhere. I go everywhere, people hear my shit, not just y'all fans. Y'all trying to control that in some type of way or whatever. But it's a sentiment to it. You just can't be all corny and shit and just jumping in. Motherfuckers about to be looking at you like, who the fuck is you? Even if I was a little cool or whatever. That don't mean people around ain't like, man, that shit trash. Or why would you even? And in my mind, I'm thinking I'm being cool with people who just regular people and just leave it like that. If we could extend business, it's motherfuckers wasting my time for shit that in their black and white world, little alliance, a lenient shit, just to psyop people's energy and shit to be something that they not. I'm not in real life. I'll show y'all what a soul group actually is. You know what I'm saying? Which that's where y'all got it from, me. And y'all did some online shit, and then I just took y'all job. That don't mean soul group don't exist. I'm not ever about to stop doing videos or whatever. It's just now getting more spooky. I'd rather not put 50 people on camera now. I'd rather not put a whole bunch of if people choose or not. That's just on their own volition. But now it's just more like that. Like, what the fuck? Y'all ain't my people. I don't know what y'all lost in. That's some college shit or something like that. Shit. So yeah, females, all that shit. We start looking at y'all like y'all crazy when y'all start doing too much of that online shit. I already got women around me, and especially in my family and stuff, but just regular chicks too, like in Native American people. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it ain't. I don't know what y'all in. I don't think like y'all think. I don't really think like y'all think. So sometimes y'all look crazy. That's why somebody had to she say she noticed y'all because I don't even be checking on this shit. Y'all must delete the whatever y'all was doing, and then every time a new psyop, it was like a new AI person or a new regular person by that one gay dude. They always sending gay scouts or whatever the case may be. And all the little rhetoric y'all was doing and shit like that. I had people that was hitting that bitch with the laser. Hit that bitch with the laser. So I don't know what she did to make y'all delete it. Y'all must start noticing people that ain't involved in y'all in-house conversations and shit like that. Or whatever the case may be. And start listening to y'all trying to make a story. They had one chick, like, they was all in on it. Like, it had to but I'm peeping. Like, I'm like, okay, I see what this is. So they all talked together and said that they in this relationship, they gonna do this like this. She's gonna be out for me. Like, they try to create a whole little nature boy psyop around me. And they was on it for them. They bold. Reason why I say they bold is because they act like I don't know. Yet they can't necessarily say I fell into anything that they was talking. So whatever they got over a little bit over, but I would probably with some bullshit I wasn't really paying attention to on the little end. But on the broader scale, I'm gonna be able to use some people to help my family. That's how we think. I'm saying. And then prove the spirituality throughout it all. Throughout it all, I still put in the most work, still got the most music, still did all this goddamn shit, and then got people salty. So the energy that people trying to project shall be done on them. Round them up, boys.